Hello and welcome to Good Vibes TV. I'm your host, Leslie Klein, and on the show, you're going to learn how to raise your vibe so you can thrive. I am so excited today to introduce you to our guest, Elizabeth Harper. She is otherwise known as the Confident Manifester. Elizabeth is a woman's life coach specializing in the law of attraction and self confidence coaching. She's also a certified holistic health practitioner, a habits coach. She holds degrees in both psychology and health and wellness, and is also a best selling contributing author. So I want to welcome to the show Elizabeth Harper. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Leslie. I'm really happy to be on your show and speak with you today.
I'm so excited because you are truly an expert in good vibes, really. And I want you to take us back to when you became interested in the law of attraction.
It all started many years ago, and I was recovering from a life-threatening illness. I was also a single parent at the time, and I was working as a social worker, and I could no longer do my work. So, needless to say, I really wasn't in a good place at all, and I was looking for ways to help myself empower myself, and I stumbled upon the law of attraction, and I began reading everything I could about it and studying in depth, and I applied it to my life, and that's when I saw results. So the results that I got was proof that it really works. And for those viewers who are not familiar with the law of attraction, very simply put, is the ability to attract into your life what you focus your energy on, because everything in the universe, including us, is made out of energy, and we're all interconnected. And so I began thinking about where was I investing my energy, and it was a real eye opener. The amount of time and energy that I was um, spending on negative self talk, as well as people and circumstances that weren't my responsibility, was huge. So, Leslie, I was literally putting my power into the hands of other people and not listening to my intuition. And I lost sight of what I wanted. I was drained of my own energy, and I was internalizing negativity from people around me. And as you know, we can store negative energy in our bodies. Yes, and usually it manifests as certain ailments such as headaches or digestive issues, or even nightmares. So here's the thing: we get so used to feeling a certain way, even if it's bad, even if we feel bad, it becomes normal for us, and then we don't really question it. So um I did question what I was feeling, and I changed. I focused my intention on improving myself, and then I started asking the universe for guidance, and that's when the magic appeared. I was attracting and manifesting opportunities I could have never imagined. And I was seeing signs and synchronicities almost immediately. And I even published a story about those events because it was like really incredible. So, long story short, I decided the best way to share my knowledge was to become a life coach, and in the area of law of attraction and confidence, because they actually go together. And I wanted to empower other women because I believe that no woman should ever go through life not realizing or using her power or the power of the universe. And now I love helping my clients transform from self-doubters to confident manifestors.
You talked about reclaiming your energy and raising your vibration. Um, how does this translate to attracting what you want in life?
Oh, that's a good question. So the word energy, as you know, literally means to stir up and move. And the energy in our body is neutral until we feel an emotion. An emotion is like a sensation in our bodies, like when we feel tense. And then we attach a feeling to it. So we might feel tense, and then the feeling would be, oh, we're angry. And when we experience a feeling for long periods of time, that becomes a mood. And if we experience that mood for a long time, that can become our personality. So we might end up having like just this angry personality. And your overall personality is your signature energy that you're sending out to the universe. So if you usually experience feelings of such as joy or happiness, those are lighter feelings and they attract to you what you want and they just feel lighter. An example would be like I jump for joy. Um, but when we usually feel sadness or hopelessness, those are lower vibrational feelings and they feel heavier and they attract to us what we don't want. Um, an example would be, I'm sure you've heard people say, I feel weighed down by these emotions. So a good example would be to think of radios or cell phones. So they send out signals, which are energetic frequencies, to communicate long distances with towers that pick up the signals. And we can think much of ourselves the same way as sending out signals with our overall energy and communicating with the universe.
Right.
And the universe is picking up and responding to your message. And sometimes these signals get blocked. So, Leslie, have you ever experienced driving and listening to your radio in the car, and then you drive through a tunnel and you lose the signal and connection?
Mm-hmm.
I,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think most of us have, yeah. And then it's just we hear nothing, like everything is completely gone. So, well, it's like that with us in the universe sometimes. Sometimes we can block our positive signals with our own resistance and negative experiences, or negative expectations, I should say, rather. So, what we really want is for our energy to flow freely through our body and out.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to ask yourself at any given time, what am I broadcasting to the universe? Or what am I blocking with my resistance? And if you don't like what you're broadcasting, then you have to switch the dial to something else. You're calling, it's like you're placing a call to the universe and you're calling in your future, and the universe is going to respond and answer your call. So make that call a good one.
So it's the idea of like attracts like. So to attract something like love into your
Mhm.
life, you have to be in that loving vibration. If you want to attract abundance into your life, you have to be in that abundant, have that
Exactly.
abundant
And
state.
yes.
You mentioned that we can attract what we don't want and push
Mhm.
away what we want. So can you touch a little bit on that, please?
Absolutely. So we are constantly attracting and manifesting situations and people and circumstances, whether we realize it or not. Um, we're doing this by affirming ourselves with our thoughts, what we say, our energy, and our daily actions. And I mentioned before, even certain aches and pains in our bodies can be manifestations of our thoughts. And it's our body's way of letting us know whether we're on the right track or not. But, Leslie, most of the time we're just completely oblivious to what we are attracting in our lives because 40 to 80% of our thoughts and actions are the same as the day before. They are habitual, and most of them are negative. And there's a lot of studies done on that. So, unfortunately, most of our thoughts are negative.
Mm.
So, we make 40 up to 40 to 80% of our thoughts and actions are the same as the day before. They are habitual.
Mhm.
So we kind of react in a certain way and we don't really put too much thought into it. So we may think that we're deliberately focusing our energy on what's good for us, but most of the time we're unconsciously doubting what we really want. So we're putting that doubt out there. So I'll give you an example. You can really want something to manifest in your life, and you, such as starting your own business or moving to a different place, you dream about it, you talk about it, and you take action towards it to make it happen. But if you're secretly not expecting it to happen, you can stop or slow the process down. So I would say your negative expectation can have a stronger vibrational pull than what you want, because it's been there longer and
Right.
now it's a belief. And this disbelief often prevents good things from happening to us. So in answering your question, that's why certain things or situations keep popping up in our lives that we don't want. The good news is we tend to see things as we are, not as they are. And you're not handcuffed to your false negative beliefs or situations. You have the power within you to change. We all do. So I would give advice too, is to pay attention to what you're repeatedly attracting into your life. Pay attention. These are previews to the coming attractions in your life. And if you don't like what's showing up, take a better direction and vibrate higher than your resistance.
We're going to take a short break right now, but when we come back, we're going to delve more into that. We'll be right back. welcome back to the show. This is Good Vibes TV. I'm Leslie Klein, and today our guest is Elizabeth Harper, the Confident Manifester. And you were talking about how we vibrate is the
Mhm,
signal we're putting out to the universe, and that's how we attract things. It's basically the law
mhm.
of attraction. So, what tips or takeaways do you have that you'd like to share with our viewers on how specifically we can raise our vibes so that we can thrive?
Okay, so one tip that I can think of right now, it's extremely obvious and extremely simple too, but take action towards your intention. And why do I say this? Because it's a lot easier to take action and which I call action a small win, but it's a lot easier to take action than it is to change your beliefs overnight, changing a long held belief that you've had for most of your life or taking immediate action towards your goal. So taking that action is going to be a lot faster. And taking that action, the positive action, is going to immediately raise your vibration. Um, and it's going to help us no longer feel like a victim of our circumstances. And then we're going to begin attracting and opening possibilities to us. And then our beliefs are going to change and we're going to start attracting more. And the really cool thing is that our brains actually reward us for taking action by suppressing that part of it that activates fear. So when you take repeated action, you're going to start feeling like you're not so mentally and physically stuck. So taking small action every day is really, really seriously important in making that action into a habit.
So, what's another tip?
Another tip is don't get stressed. Trying to manifest or raise your vibration, it's better to take a break and just chill and slow down and feel calm, which is a higher vibrational feeling, than to feel anger or frustration or resentment for not getting everything done that you want to get done or feeling like you have to think positively 24/7. You
Mhm.
don't have to feel that way because you will actually create the frustration. So, my tip is to actually do something that you like doing. Doing something that is fun will automatically raise your vibration when you're in that frustrated state of mind and you're judging yourself for not doing as much as you think you should do or not feeling a certain way. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, do something that brings joy into your life and just chill. We tend to have these big long lists of things to do, or in the law of attraction, we think that we need to think positively about everything 24/7. And that causes a second layer of stress, which really isn't it's not needed. So it's better just to chill and relax and just be too hard on yourself. I do have a third tip if we have time for that.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, so visualization. I love visualization. It's a really powerful tool. Many athletes and performers use visualization to rehearse being successful in their field.
Hmm.
So they are creating change in their mind before they're actually doing it. And when we see something mentally, which is to visualize, the
Hmm.
brain is going to look for ways. It's just going to look for ways to adjust to it and make it happen in real life. So by visualizing, um, experiencing what we want, we're actually practicing in our minds, overcoming those limitations in the real world. And here's the trick that you're really not going to hear too often about visualization. But when we reach our goals and when we get what we finally want, suppose you finally win or you win the lottery or something, we don't physically change when that happens. Our surroundings don't physically change. And pretty much everything is the same. What changes is how we feel inside. So when we get what we want or accomplish what we want, we feel excited and our energy raises.
Hmm.
And that's the thing. It's our energy that changes, not everything around us. So the trick to visualization is to really tap into that feeling of what it would feel like to actually accomplish your goal or your dream or accomplish what you want. And that's the energy that we want to stay in when we visualize.
Some people might have trouble like picturing things in their head.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think writing, like journaling or writing a treatment about what it is that they want, like if someone's more into writing or journaling, would that be another way to kind of visualize?
Absolutely. Journaling, even scripting. Scripting is writing, writing what you want in your life and what your perfect day is. You're scripting it out. And if you can't really visualize mentally, you can also, there's smells, sounds. And like I said,
Mhm.
I was saying focus on the feeling, because focusing on the feeling more than even visualizing is what you need to do to create that powerful vibration with you within you. But
Mhm.
yes, journaling is also a great tool.
So basically, it's as the outside is a reflection of the inside. So, and what
Yes,
we have
correct.
control of is the inside.
Hmm.
So, yeah, that's kind of the key. And why working with someone like you, a coach, to help us kind of clean out that inside and
Hmm.
take out the old programming and put new programming in there.
Yeah, and take that action. Like I said, that's what I do with my clients. I immediately have them take a small, tiny action that can empower them and turn it into a habit.
Awesome. Now, so how can someone reach you? And do you have a special offer for our viewers?
Yes. So you can reach me at Elizabeth Harper coaching.com. I do offer different coaching packages, law of attraction, self confidence coaching packages. And I offer chat coaching, which is a little bit unique, but you can chat with me anytime, anywhere, and you don't have to leave the house, schedule, or cancel appointments. And as a thank you to our viewers, if you visit my website and sign up for it's my free PDF on creating manifesting space, you'll be entered to win a free 30-day law of attraction coaching package with me. Or just, email me or send me a line on my website. Let me know what you thought of this show and if you have any questions.
Well, thank you, Elizabeth, for showing up today and talking to us about different ways we can raise our vibration.
Hmm.
I'm so thankful that you've come to the show and look forward to touching base with you some more. Going to your website, elizabethharpercoaching.com, is where our viewers can reach us. So thank you so much for coming to the show.
It's my pleasure, Leslie. Thank you.
And that concludes our episode with Elizabeth Harper. Thank you so much for watching Good Vibes TV. And please join us at good-vibes.tv and learn about other ways you can connect with us and learn how to raise your vibe so you can thrive. Thank you, everyone, for watching.